Okay, so you might already remember that Joe Biden got slammed by a judge. Just to catch you up to speed, basically a judge is like, look, the government, the FBI, the Biden administration, and almost all levels of government are trying to get involved in social media way too much. Way too many requests for censorship to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and other companies demanding the removal of content that they disagree with, whether it's information about the economy, information about gas prices, stuff Tucker Carlson is saying, or whatever, vaccine information, doesn't matter. All of this stuff led the judge to argue that we have seen the largest amount of censorship potentially ever in the history of government. And it's getting worse and not better. And these are really concerning, almost George Orwellian 1984 government overreaches. Because it's somewhat, what it is a reference to the thought police, where it's like, you're not even allowed to think thoughts that don't align with what we think. Because if you do, we'll censor you. Not great. So anyway, the Biden administration immediately filed an appeal and requested a stay, which is basically a way of saying, look, like, let us keep censoring people and businesses or whatever on social media while we work this out in court. So we'll work it out in court, but we want to stay in the meantime so we can keep doing our censoring, our controlled information control processes or whatever. And so what did we end up getting? Well, yesterday we got a ruling on that stay. Judge refuses to put on hold the order limiting the Biden administration's contact with social media companies. Federal judge in Louisiana refused Monday to put a temporary hold on its own order limiting the Biden administration official contacts with social media companies. Biden administration attorneys had asked the district judge to stay his own order, which was issued last Tuesday. That was on July 4th, by the way. Pretty timely ruling. While they pursue an appeal. That order came in a lawsuit filed by Republican attorneys general in Louisiana, Missouri, as well as conservative website owners, blah, 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 for critics of the government. Okay, fine. The lawsuit claimed the administration, in effect, censored free speech by using threats of regulatory action or protection while pressuring companies to remove what it deemed as misinformation. Again, had to do with election fraud, COVID, the economy, gas prices, whatever. We went through the whole lawsuit, and the allegations are pretty remarkable. And even the judge says, look, if this is true, this is insane. And obviously the expectation is that it mostly seems to be true. We'll see, of course, as it all plays out. But anyway, so basically the judge says that staying censorship could, quote, cause grave harm and basically prevent the government from engaging in lawful conduct. In other words, it's like, no, we're not going to let you continue censoring. Just do your jobs and let people say what they want on the internet. There is a thing called the First Amendment. Yeah, here you have their reference to the same thing with the Ministry of Truth. I actually thought it was a great reference. I feel like most people like 1984 as a perfect example of what you don't want your government to turn into. And so ultimately here, even though the Biden administration requested permission to keep censoring, the judge is like, dude, I just ruled against you. You're asking me to, rule against myself? It's not going to happen. So, very expected, dare I say, but also a powerful shutdown here, and will have big implications as this case evolves. So, it's something I'm going to be paying attention to. Another thing I'll be paying attention to is getting life insurance in as little as 5 minutes, which you can get by going to metkevin.com/life. You can Apple or Android pay for it. It's simple. metkevin.com/life. Apple Pay. Takes us a little as 5 minutes to sign up. It's a little longer than what I just exemplified. But anyway, paid promotion, check it out. Great life insurance company. Now, I want you to know this. When it comes to AI, time is what's going to make you money. And if you can prove that value to an employer, you'll always be able to be employed. So this is another way of making sure that you don't get replaced by